Hi, friends. Welcome back to Whisper English. Today, I want to talk about something that can truly change your life, and it starts with a choice you make every morning. Most people say they want more from life. They talk about success, clarity, peace, and confidence. They dream of speaking English fluently, building a stronger body, or finally starting that passion project they have carried in their hearts for years. Yet, when the alarm rings in the morning, they hit snooze. Just 5 more minutes, they whisper, believing it won't matter. But what if those 5 extra minutes are the very thing holding them back? Waking up early is not about punishment or joining a club of people who brag about sleeping less. It is about taking control of the most precious hours of your day, the quiet hours when the world is still, your mind is clear, and your path forward is wide open. Most people will never see 5 a.m., but for those who do, it feels like stepping into another world. At that hour, the streets are silent. The sky is undecided between night and morning, and the air feels fresh. The day has not yet been touched by demands, distractions, or noise, and in that untouched space, free from rush and chaos, lies the magic. The calm, focused energy that can change the course of your day and, over time, your life. The quiet hour of power begins at 5 a.m., when the world is still asleep and no one is watching. No deadlines pressing for attention, no constant flow of messages, no demands from work or family pulling you in every direction. It is just you, alone with the rare gift of uninterrupted time. In this golden hour, you have the freedom to choose what matters most. You could read to feed your mind, move your body to strengthen your health, or sit down and study English in silence, letting your thoughts flow without distraction. This is the moment when your mind is clear, your energy pure, and your focus sharp. Most people never witness 5 a.m. because they are still asleep, lost in dreams, wishing their lives would change while living exactly the same way. But the truth is, 5 a.m. is not just a number on a clock. It is a decision, a choice to take control of your day before the world starts making demands on your time. A choice to invest in yourself before anyone else claims your energy. In that stillness, you reclaim your life, one morning at a time. When you wake up at 5 a.m., you gain about 3 extra hours before the rest of the world catches up. 3 hours might not sound like much, but they hold incredible power. In those hours, you can accomplish what many people struggle to finish in an entire day, not because you work harder, but because you work without distractions. No emails, no meetings, no social media, no other people's problems. You are not reacting to life, you are creating it. Imagine starting your morning with 10 minutes of stretching and deep breathing. You make a cup of tea or coffee and write down 3 things you are grateful for. You review your English notes, learn 5 new words, and practice a few useful phrases. You watch a short English video, repeating what you hear out loud, training both your ear and your voice. That's just the first hour. Next, you might take a short walk or do a quick home workout, followed by a refreshing cold shower. Then you could finally open that project you have been avoiding and give it just 30 focused minutes. By the time the rest of the world wakes up, you have already invested your best energy in yourself, moving closer to your goals while others are still asleep. This is how early mornings quietly transform your life, not through rushing, but through intentional action. Most people give their best hours to everything except themselves. They wake up just in time to rush out the door, already feeling behind. From the moment their day begins, they are answering messages, handling tasks, and solving other people's problems. Before they know it, their clearest, sharpest energy has been spent, not on their own growth, but on demands that don't move them forward. At the end of the day, they sigh, "I don't have time to work on my goals." But time doesn't appear by accident. Life will always fill your schedule with something else unless you create time intentionally. One of the simplest, most powerful ways to create time is to wake up earlier. Those quiet hours before the world stirs are a hidden treasure. No interruptions, no urgent demands, no noise. They are yours to use for what truly matters. Learning, exercising, planning, or simply thinking clearly about where you want to go. When you claim those hours for yourself, you stop living in constant reaction and start taking deliberate action toward your goals. Waking up earlier is not just about leaving the bed. It is about declaring that your life, your growth, and your dreams come first. And that choice changes everything. Let's be honest. Waking up at 5 a.m. is not magic. The first few days will feel hard. You will be tired. Your bed will suddenly feel like the most comfortable place in the world. Your mind will try to convince you to stay there, offering 100 excuses. It's too early. I'll start tomorrow. I'm not a morning person. This is the moment when most people quit. But habits are stronger than moods. The real change happens when 5 a.m. becomes a habit, when it stops being a struggle and starts feeling natural. One morning, you will wake without even needing the alarm. You will sit down to work and realize you are no longer forcing yourself. You are simply living the routine you have built. That's when early mornings stop feeling like discipline and start feeling like freedom. In just 30 days of waking up at 5 a.m., you could finish a short online course you've been postponing for months. You could memorize 100 new English expressions and begin using them naturally in conversation. You could journal every day and watch your writing improve without effort. You could strengthen your body through regular movement and feel calmer in your mind through intentional, quiet mornings. The first month is where transformation begins, not because the hour is magical, but because you chose to show up for yourself, day after day, until it became part of who you are. Discipline is not about being perfect or doing everything at once. It's about showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. Waking up at 5 a.m. teaches a powerful truth. You lead your life, not your excuses. You stop waiting for motivation and start doing what needs to be done. If you are learning English, discipline might mean listening to 5 minutes of English audio, repeating one sentence until it flows naturally, writing a short paragraph about your day, or reviewing yesterday's vocabulary. These actions seem small, but over time they build momentum. Some days will feel easy. Other days, the words may feel heavy, the grammar confusing, and the pronunciation awkward. But if you show up anyway, you are already ahead of the person you were yesterday. And that's how real progress is made. Real change rarely happens in big, dramatic leaps. It grows in small, quiet moments repeated consistently over time. When you wake up at 5 a.m. for 21 straight days and dedicate even 30 minutes to your goal, something begins to shift. Your English starts to feel smoother as words come more naturally. Your body grows stronger from simple, consistent movement. Your mind feels calmer because you start the day with clarity instead of chaos. The results are not just about the skills you gain, they are about the person you become. Here's the secret: the confidence you build from keeping one promise to yourself, to wake up early and use your time well, spreads into every part of your life. You begin to trust yourself in a way you may not have before. You start to believe, if I can do this, I can do anything. That belief is the real transformation. It's not just about the hour you wake up. It's about proving to yourself day after day that you are capable of creating the life you want. If you want to start waking up at 5 a.m., the first step is to sleep earlier. You cannot cheat your body. Rising early requires enough rest. Going to bed on time is the foundation of this habit. Next, prepare the night before. Lay out your notebook, pen, or workout clothes so you can begin without thinking. The fewer decisions you make in the morning, the easier it will be to start. Have a simple plan for what you will do first, whether it's reading, exercising, or studying English. Knowing exactly what comes next prevents hesitation. If 5 a.m. feels overwhelming, start small. Wake up just 30 minutes earlier for a week, then 60 minutes earlier the next week, until you gradually reach your goal. And above all, be consistent. Even if the morning isn't perfect, even if you feel tired, get up anyway. Consistency matters more than perfection. Every time you choose to rise early, you train your mind and body to follow through, no matter what. Waking up at 5 a.m. is not about suffering or forcing yourself into exhaustion. It's about giving yourself the gift of time, focus, and peace before the day's noise begins. In those early hours, you create a space that belongs only to you. No distractions, no demands, no competing voices pulling you away from what matters. It's also about choosing your life instead of reacting to it. Most people wake up and immediately get swept into other people's priorities. But when you rise early, you are taking control. You are deciding from the first moment of the day that your goals and growth come first. Each time you wake early, you send yourself a message. I am serious about my goals. I'm not waiting for the right time. I'm creating it. Over time, this mindset changes more than just your mornings. It changes the way you live. You stop waiting for life to happen and start building it, one intentional morning at a time. True discipline isn't about perfection. It's about showing up for yourself consistently, regardless of your mood. If you're learning English, discipline might look like listening to 5 minutes of audio and really paying attention, repeating a single sentence until it flows. Writing a short paragraph, even if it feels simple, or reviewing yesterday's vocabulary so it stays fresh. Some days, these actions will feel easy. Other days, they will feel heavy. But discipline means you do them anyway. You keep going, knowing that every small effort counts. When you show up regardless of how you feel, you're already ahead of who you were yesterday. And over time, these repeated actions create the progress and confidence you once thought were out of reach. The most powerful changes in life rarely come from loud, dramatic moments. They are born in the stillness of early mornings, in the quiet decision to show up for yourself before the world makes its demands. At 5 a.m., the world is still yours. No messages lighting up your phone. No deadlines breathing down your neck. No noise pulls your focus. It's just you and the small, steady voice inside that says, I'm ready now. When you give your best energy to yourself first, you stop living in survival mode. You stop rushing through your day, always catching up. You stop saying, I don't have time, because you finally understand the truth. Time is not found. It is made. By claiming the quiet hours, you take control of your day before it begins. And over time, those small, silent choices add up to something extraordinary. A life you have consciously built, one morning at a time. For the next 21 days, give yourself this simple but powerful challenge. Wake up at 5 a.m. and spend at least 30 minutes on something that truly matters to you, something that moves you closer to the person you want to become. Keep a simple record. Write just one sentence each day about what you did. This is not about perfection. It's about building consistency. Some mornings will feel easy, others will test your willpower. You might miss a day, but that doesn't mean you failed. The rule is simple. If you miss a day, restart the next morning. No guilt, no drama. Just return to your commitment. Because every morning you rise early, you're making a declaration. I am in control of my life. I choose my priorities. I decide how my time is spent. The 5 a.m. mindset is not about the number on the clock. It's about the choice you make. The decision to own your time, protect your focus, and take charge of your future before the world demands your attention. Waking up early is a statement that your goals matter, your growth matters, and your life is worth designing with intention. Each morning you rise before the noise begins. You give yourself the gift of clarity and control, and one day your future self will look back and say, "Thank you for starting when you did."